Hello everyone, I'm Aayushi Kanjar and from IIM Trichy, and I'll be discussing financial markets today. Uh, okay. So the agenda of discussion will be financial market and goods market, graphical representation of financial markets, monetary policies and its impact on financial markets, inflation, and measures to control inflation. So here is the uh, difference between financial market and goods market. So in the financial market, the rate of interest gets determined. RBI is the main governing body, and the change in money supply is facilitated by changes in monetary policies. In goods market, GDP of the country gets determined. Government is the main governing body, and change in the GDP is facilitated by changes in fiscal policies. So this is a general graphical representation of financial market. Here the graph is plotted between the rate of interest and the GDP of a country. And the point of intersection between the monetary policy and the fiscal policy gives you the equilibrium rate of interest, I star, and the equilibrium GDP of the country, that is Y star. And the monetary policy is denoted by LM curve, and the fiscal policies is denoted by IS curve. Okay, so the monetary policies and its impact on financial market. So here we'll be talking about the expansionary monetary policy, and that is why the LM curve has shifted to its right. And here we can see this into the LM dash curve. And as a result of the expansionary monetary policy, the rate of interest has gone down from I star to I dash, and the GDP of the country has increased from Y star to Y dash. And the path that this increase follows is from A to B and from B to C. So the stark decrease in A to B depicts that the financial market is very quick to adapt to changes as compared to goods market. That is why when there is a expansionary monetary policy, the rate of interest drops suddenly. And because of this sudden lower rate of interest, the people get more opportunities to invest. And because of that, the money supply in the market increases. And as the money supply in the market increases, the GDP of the country increases, and but that increase is gradual, and this increase is denoted by the curve from B to C. And finally the interest will decrease from I star to I dash, and the GDP will increase from Y star to Y dash. Okay. So, inflation is a general increase in the prices of goods and services in an economy. And the relation of financial market to inflation is explained by five simple steps, as we have seen in the previous slide. Expansionary fiscal policy, it leads to a decrease in the rate of interest. And a decrease in the rate of interest means more opportunities for people to invest, which would lead to an increase in the money supply. Increase in the money supply in an economy means people have more money to spend. Thus, the spending power of the people will increase. Our average spending of the people will increase, which will in turn cause an increase in the prices of goods and services, and that would be your inflated rates. So, too much inflation is not good for any economy. So, the measures to control inflation, and there are three major steps that RBI takes to control inflation, and they are as follows. The first one is discount window operations. It allows eligible institutions to borrow money from central bank, usually on a short-term basis. Here, the eligible institutions are mainly banks. And open market operations, that is any purchase and sales of government securities and sometimes commercial papers by RBI. So when the RBI wants to increase the money supply, it purchases the bonds, and when the RBI wants to decrease the money supply, it sells the bonds. And change in cash reserve ratio. So cash reserve ratio is the percentage of a bank's total deposit that it needs to maintain as a liquid cash. So when the RBI wants an increase in the money supply, it decreases the cash reserve ratio. And when it wants a decrease in the money supply, it increases the cash reserve ratio. Um, so that will be all from my side today. Thank you very much for listening to me.